then just your phone number for our contact, just in case. Great. Amazing. And then I just have a referral option, just if you were referred to us. How did you find out about us? Okay. That's great, actually. Great to hear. Cool. Right, that is all done. That's just the kind of administration side of it. I do have just a clipboard with a couple questions written down. Just because our system only allows just really basic information. We don't want to keep everything really on file. Anyway, we have name and pronouns, which we've already answered, so that's okay. I'll just put them down. Cool. So a couple questions about sleep, and then just 2 short ones about just your general mental health. So can I ask what kind of sleeper you are? Whether you sleep on your back or your side, front, what kind of sleeper? Okay. Okay, that's great to know. So we would say mostly, yeah, mostly. Okay. It weirdly tells you a lot about kind of sleeping patterns and, your method for getting asleep. On average, how many hours of sleep would you get a night? On just an average night? Yeah, right now, how many hours? Yeah, okay. Right. Just note that down. Okay. Do you have a consistent sleeping pattern? So, are you going to bed around the same time, waking up around the same time? Or is this just, the times that we're having, it's hard to have a consistent one. Okay. Yeah. It's hard. It's definitely difficult. Can I ask, do you set an alarm before bed, or do you just let yourself wake up naturally? Great. Yeah, I think it's a healthy thing to do. Yep. And when you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? Are you groggy? Do you feel wide awake? Are you ready for the day? What kind of mood are you in when you wake up? Okay. Alright, that's great. Just getting all this information. It's really good for our advice section and in general for you to know how that kind of affects you, or at least being aware so that you can try to adjust any behaviors and, fall asleep in a more healthier, natural way. And then just the final one about sleep is, do you drink caffeinated beverages or drinks? Caffeinated beverages, or do you eat close to your bedtime? Yeah, okay. Right, that's not something we'd recommend, but I can definitely talk to you about that in the advice section. Yeah, it's just in general, for your health, and also obviously for sleeping, it takes a longer time to actually process that energy. Okay, we'll get into the mental health side. It's just 2 short questions, very easy. So I would just like to ask how stressed you usually feel on a daily basis, just about on average. Okay, so maybe even rating it from 1 to 10. 1 being low, 10 being high. Yeah. stress, or is it all the same, or, any break? Okay, at least it's a little bit lower, that's okay. Great. And in what ways do you try to reduce your stress? Do you do anything that will calm you down, or do you take any time for yourself to just relax and process everything from the day? Okay. Yes, I understand. Okay, so that's perfect. Thank you very much for those questions. In terms of advice, just some general advice obviously would be no caffeinated drinks or eating before bed. Just trying to, reduce the amount of energy that you're actually bringing into bed with you. A really good one, but it's not always possible, is to separate your work area with your sleep area, whether that's where you study or work from home, or even gaming in your room. I know it's not always possible to separate them, but it is very, very good for, your brain knows we're in bed, we're here to sleep. So just if you can, or at least try your best. Actually, I really, really kind of, if it's not possible, because I know for a lot of people it isn't. Personally, it is at home for me, not. But what I've been doing is keeping all my desk for work, so that there is no working in bed. It's always at this specific place. So I know if I'm sitting at my desk, I'm doing work. But if I'm in bed, I'm relaxing or I'm getting to sleep, which is a really good thing to keep in mind. Again, to black out as much light as possible, or to use a sleep mask. It's really good to turn off any lights that you can, or again, a sleep mask works very well. There is one I'll recommend and I'll give to you at the end in case you want to trial it. It's very, very good, and it just keeps the mask off your eyes, so it has a little cup, which is very good for it because it's nice and relaxing. But again, if you don't like wearing sleep masks, I understand a lot of people don't, so you can try and black out curtains or closing your doors, making sure all your windows are off, all your electronics are turned off, or at least the light is blocked to the best of your ability. Very, very good as well for your eyes. And try to remove any sounds. I know that, in the city or whatever, there's going to be cars, there's going to be all this different noise, but if you can remove the noise that is controllable, any buzzing electronics or anything like that that can be turned off, it's very, very good to do that. Or as we just have, luckily the rain has passed, so we are in a more quiet environment, which is great. If your mind wanders, which personally does happen to me quite a lot during sleep, listening to some podcasts or something, some talk content, whether that is, a podcast or ASMR, just to kind of focus the mind on that. I would recommend like a talk podcast without any music, or maybe like a low energy podcast, something along those lines, just to keep the mind engaged, which will allow you to kind of fall asleep because you are solely focused on that one thing. Let me see, temperature control, to avoid being overheated or underheated, not too many layers or not too few layers, because it's another thing that your mind can focus on if you are too cold or too hot. So making sure that you are comfortable in your bed, temperature-wise, and obviously physically, whether it's your sleeping position or the amount of pillows or coverage or location, all of that is so important for sleep as well. We also have focusing on more relaxing activities before we sleep, which again I kind of discussed about the working area or gaming area or whatever you do. I know a lot of times it's kind of tempting to keep going and going and going until it's time for bed, or until you're so tired you can't go anymore. But even the mind to wind down from the day. For example, if you're doing any sort of exercise, it's a really good idea to do a cool down afterwards, and I'm sure that if you do some sort of exercise, you do that cool down so that you're able to keep your, stamina for the rest of the day. It's another, it's the same way with the mind. If you try and relax it at the end of the day, it is really, really helpful for sleep. And finally, if you are feeling frustrated about sleeping, whether you're lying there tossing and turning, not feeling like you're getting any sleep at all, it's a good idea to just get up, walk around, get a glass of water, get some fresh air if possible. Just give yourself 10 minutes to reset. Go for a little walk around the house, or make a calming tea if you feel like it, or even going to do like a little bit more reading or something like that is very good for the mind if you're feeling any kind of frustration. Because when you're focusing on, okay, I need to sleep, it tends to put a little bit of strain on your mind and makes you feel like, I have to sleep right now, or this thing will go wrong, or that thing will go wrong, and then the mind is wandering. And so anyway, that's what I would recommend, is just a quick change of situation, whatever it may be. Obviously nothing too straining. I wouldn't go and do more work or play a game or something, but even reading an article on your phone, just make sure the brightness is very low down, and if you have a night mode, it's very good to block out any more blue light. You just kind of reading as much as possible, tire out the eyes, and then hopefully you will get some sleep, which we do want you to get some sleep so that you are fully rested and ready to go. It is a lot to do with motivation as well, and feeling like you are ready for the day, feeling like you're ready for tomorrow, and that you're excited. I know that a lot of times it's kind of hard to push yourself, especially when we are working from home, or we are having a different situation at the minute. I think making sure that you're getting enough sleep and that that's not a concern is a really good idea. So let me see, I have done the sign-in with you, we have done the questionnaire, which is great, I've given you some advice, and let me go get you our sleep kit that you can try out, and then on our website you can pick those up for a discounted price. I will give you the little special discount code that you can put in, and everything then will be 70% off when you purchase. Again, if you want to refer us to anyone, you get another voucher for 70% off each referral. If you're looking for anything else, it's obviously a great gift for people if we're stressed about sleeping, because everybody sleeps. Okay, I'm gonna run off and get you those couple of things. If you just wait here, maybe close your eyes, have a little relax, and I will be right back. Okay, I have the two items here. I have this sleep mask. This is a mantra sleep mask. As I said, it's got the little pockets here. They're Velcro. They're very, very stuck on, but you can replace these if you need them. They're very, very good. They're got a little Velcro strap at the back here, and you just unhook it, pop it on like so, and it does a very good job at not actually going onto the eyes themselves. So if that's something you're looking for, I will give this to you to take home, and hopefully that works. I've dropped the blanket, but having something nice and soft that you can bring into bed with you, whether it is on top of you, beside you, as I said, temperature control, so don't force yourself to have this over you. It could be under you. A lot of times that's worked for me, just popping a blanket underneath that is very soft and nice. And this one specifically is textured. It's got little gaps between the soft material, just so that there is a kind of interesting texture there for you to have with you, just making the environment around you as we'll do our best. So I will give you this. Hopefully it is big enough. It is about 2 meters by 1.5 meters, so it should be good enough to just go down and across. Anyway, this is for you. I will give you those both, and the advice sheet as well. I'm just going to pop that down beside you there. Yes, great. And yes, I'll also give you a copy. I'm just going to go photocopy the advice sheet along with your questionnaire, just like you have it, so there's kind of that transparency there. Again, we are open 24/7, so if you ever need to call, please don't hesitate. We have online consultations.